towards the technology of airports and airport buildings. GVK, GEMR are a few of the companies which we have introduced them to and doing business together. Environment and water, as rightly our Israeli friend said, UK is one of the national partners in doing business as well. Historically, if you see, UK were here, the British citizens were here, they ruled India. So we have an historic connection with the UK. So henceforth, language, the culture is never a barrier for the Indian businesses to do that. And we encourage as a part of the initiative from the PMO's office. As you remember reading in papers, our British Prime Minister had quite often visited India. He visited in 2010 to Bangalore, he visited last couple of months back to Delhi, Mumbai and Amritsar. So the entire focus is to support British businesses to do business with the Indians. So that's what our major agenda of the UK as a whole. And similarly, we focus on oil and gas, power, renewable, and energy and construction sectors as well. Few of our success stories in all the sectors which I mentioned, we can see here. We have Menzies, we have 3i from airports, we have Alpro from the waters, British Gas and Cranes. Nobody can ignore that. You know the KG Basin here in AP and how actively our companies from the United Kingdom are playing a major role in the Indian economy. Similarly, in power, we have the BP Solar and Zenith Energy, and similarly in constructions. But there is a huge potential opportunity when I speak about constructions, because India being a very vibrant market, a vibrant economy, there's a lot of technology, a lot of new initiative which is required, and a lot of new things which are coming, trying to compete with the 21st century. So there are a lot of UK companies who are looking for Indian partners to collaborate with in terms of the construction sectors, and it's doing good inside. And apart from the sectors, as I mentioned about, I would like to just mention about the education as well. As Radha said, there are more than 2 lakh students study in the US quite often, and they travel. Similarly, we have an historic tie-up with the UK University. We know the Prime Minister of India as well, the Finance Minister study there. And we have University of Oxford, Cambridge, well reputed, and we have lots of people studying and bringing back the expertise to develop some sort of businesses back in India. When I speak about education, we do JVs and we help them into partnering with the Indian education system as well. University of Hyderabad is tied up with Queen's University in the UK. IITM, we help them in tying up with Cambridge Business School. ISB, you know what it is, and we help them into collaborating businesses and the curriculum and education facilities and faculty members to exchange their programs with the London School of Business. So these are few things. These are the top names which I spoke. But you can see at your right hand side, we have a small nursery Sunshine School. It is a very small nursery school here based in Hyderabad, but we help them in providing them the curriculum, tying up with one of the nursery Anglican school back in the UK, and they change the programs, exchange teachers to come and teach here, and they have been doing good here in AP as well. I thought I'd just mention a few of the opportunities in the UK, and because our Prime Minister rightly mentioned, it's a national partner and destination of our choice. We are the 5th largest economy in the world, one of the best leading location for investment of foreign businesses, ranked consistently on the top destination in Europe, attracting foreign investment, and so on and so forth. UK is forecasted to have the longest business environment for all major European economics of period from 28 till date. Sorry, I think up to date is till date, and we have been doing good in that particular part as well. I would like to just mention a few of the regions which we have in the UK and how it is segregated. As you are aware, UK consists of 4 small devolved administrations. It's England, the Wales, the Scotland, and Northern Ireland. So we have businesses across the region and we support them to do business. And Each region is classified and are having their own strength and they are unique in their own way. If I speak about Scotland, you know that it's better in food and drinks. No one can ignore Scottish wines or whiskies as such. So, but still, there's much more than that. It's more into life sciences, financial services, energy. Similarly, every region has its own positive vibe and why they're doing good. And the government itself has segregated it as various clusters to do business so that they can focus more to grow the economy well. The key opportunities which I feel that the Indian industry can look at would be ICT, life sciences, creative and digital media is one of the huge catch-up which is happening in the recent past. Energy, financial services, I did not speak much. You know that London is one of the major financial hub and center for the global economy. It's very easy for Indian SMEs to raise funds in London. We have a technology strategic board who help them in doing it. We have the London Stock Exchange and we have aims listened specifically to do it for SMEs to raise funds, to do businesses. That's how we invite SMEs from India to set up their business in the UK and to do better. And London is one of the, as Father I could mention that there are a lot of venture capitalists in the Silicon Valley, but still London also has a lot of stuff. And we have the largest number of VCs and Ps available in London because being an economic and financial hub for the world. And I would like to just touch upon something on the investment opportunity in the UK. When I speak, because I'm speaking on the UK government behalf, so it's all about investing in the UK. What we do, it's a tailor-made client service which we provide. We help you to gain market information, professional support in legal advice, and into immigration and statutory obligations which are required. We help in understanding the government policies and stuff. Identify property space. We have a lot of initiatives which government of UK has taken. We have a small incubation centers in the regions which I showed you earlier. We have divided into 12 different regions. We have smaller incubations which are there specifically for overseas companies who wants to set up their operations there to build their base in the UK. We help them by providing a negligible amount, by charging a negligible amount of fees, almost £99, which is almost 8,000 rupees here in India. We provide them an incubation center, a free access to a conference center, a receptionist and stuff. So we help you to set up your business in the UK, and from thereafter you can grow. So that is the main motive why there is this sort of incubations available. We help you in introducing you to various trade bodies, to various business networks in the UK. So once we tell you to set up your office in the UK, it's not where we leave you alone. We help you by introducing to various businesses, introducing to various associations, introducing to various clients which you would like to do business with. If you have a list of people, we would like to even have them for your support. After all, we also help them into aftercare services. Once you are set up, we take you to various regions to expand. We would like to understand what sort of difficulties you are facing if you are in the market, because it being an international market, there will be, to be very honest. So if you have any, we even address those sort of queries and requirements. So we provide an aftercare service once you are set up, and all this information and service which we provide on behalf of UK Trade and Investment is free of cost and strictly confidential. So you can take it and next, there are a lot of things. I think you missed a lot of slides. Slide number 23 probably. And I would like to just emphasize something on the investment things which we help you with, investment activities umbrella. We have the direct investment route which people take to invest in UK. We have the Global Entrepreneurship Program. So it's for entrepreneurs or young companies like yours. If you're looking to do business with the UK or to set up your business in the UK, we are there to help you with those things. There are a lot of programs which are available in our website, which I'll share you in the last slide, so you can just have a look at it. So we are there to support and help you in all the above activities as mentioned. That's one wide thing which is happening right now in the UK. As you all remember, the London Olympic has recently passed by 2012, and you all remember it's all still in your minds. We have a new initiative called as iCity and Tech City. Both are surrounded around the London stadiums, where there's a lot of good infrastructure which is constructed in terms of building, in terms of connectivity of transport, in terms of the fastest internet LAN, cable wiring, everything is on place. So the main motive of the UK government is to set up those empty space into a business hub. So there's a lot of initiative which the UK government has taken into converting those sporty space into a business environment. So there are a lot of things happening around. So there are a lot of subsidiaries which are given there to set up a business in those places, to identify partnership for you. There are a lot of people on ground. We have our investment service team back in UK who can help you to identify those things. We also help you in doing all those based in our Hyderabad office. The most difficult part, as my colleagues earlier also touched back, is on visas. Yes, it is not that easy to get into UK as such. If you have a concrete business plan, if you have some sort of concrete thing that you want to do or you want to do with the UK, we always encourage. That's the reason, as I previously mentioned earlier, UK is a natural choice for India to do business. So we encourage every businessman to come to do business there. And there are a lot of initiatives which the UK border agency have taken in terms of developing a concept of entrepreneur visa, investor visas and other stuff, where you can apply through those routes rather than applying for a normal business visa plus more, which will help you in gain direct access to the business and help you in getting quicker visa access to set up your office in the UK. As I mentioned, Tech City. Why you need to do London or UK as a business hub to do business? There are several good reasons which I would like to mention. The place, the backing from the UK government, because the government is committed to justify for the funds which they have invested in that region. The cash availability, as I said, we have VCs, Ps and all venture capitalists who can help you in gaining the funding process and stuff. The speed in cutting edge ICT technology which we have there. The talent. We should not forget, to do business we need the right resource at the right time. So we have good universities there who can provide you with world-class students so that you can engage with a lot of programs which you can run with universities to take students into your company to work. The connections, as I mentioned, London is the most easiest way to get into Europe or to the West. You know, we have direct flights from London to Hyderabad, and it's operating almost 6 days a week. So you can take this opportunity to grow your business as well. So there are a couple of success stories which we have been doing. We have a lot of companies from India, specifically from tier 2 cities which we have helped, from Vizag, from Vijayawada, who really showed good interest, as well as from Hyderabad. So there are a lot of companies, I need not name a lot of companies here who have set up, and we from our office have helped them in all the process which I mentioned, in order to look at office space, the talent, the funding and everything which is available to the companies here in Hyderabad. But not last, I'd like to just mention our office where it is. We have our office in Taj, Deccan. If anybody wants to touch base, and feel free to contact us. This is our email ID and telephone numbers. Feel free to contact me directly. I'll be able to help you and put you in touch with the right contacts. Thank you so much for your time and patience.
Thank you very much, Mr. Emmanuel. It's very, we've been doing trade with the UK for probably hundreds of years, right from the East India Company onwards. So that is not new to us. Okay, I would now like to welcome Mr. Ramakrishna Dastarla for speaking to us about opportunities with Australia. And I'd like to tell you that Australia is an opportunity which has really not been explored. And there are tremendous opportunities. The Australian Trade Commission is a very proactive trade commission. And if you go and meet them, or if you just call them up, they're most happy to come and meet you. I remember many years ago, I was with Unilever, and we wanted to import juices. and I called several people, US, UK, but they gave me all bureaucratic answers. But the Australian people were the only people who came to the office, presented to us a new kind of juice, and we were able to start some kind of business with them. And then, of course, we spun it off. Okay, so once again, I warmly welcome Mr. Dasralla and look forward to his inputs.
I think they only partly know about Australia, so it's very important that you pay a very serious, ear to what Australia has to offer. I think many of us, when we talk about Australia, we only think about cricket, thanks to the cricketing relationship, and for some of the cricket enthusiasts who are here, whenever you woke up at 5 in the morning and saw the Benson and Hedges series, if you remember, the moment somebody said Sunrise, you remember it's Australia. It's only in Australia they use the term Sunrise for extras. Similarly, when you talk about kangaroos, you think of Australia. Koalas, you think about Australia. But there is something unknown about Australia, which our business community here in India, in Andhra Pradesh, can definitely make use of. Please feel free to touch base with us. Before we get into a formal presentation, I'd like to tell you that very similar to what the other country trade officers do. The one thing that we do is we connect you in case you have an inquiry to export to Australia, which is not the mandate on Australian Trade Commission. There is a chamber in Chennai called the Indo-Australian Chamber of Commerce. We can connect you with them. If you already know them, please touch base with them. The other counterparts that we also connect you in case you have an export inquiry is our counterparts in the Indian Consulate in Sydney. So we work very closely hand in glove with them. So you should definitely look to touch base with them in case you have an export inquiry. Where we come into picture is in case you are planning to source from Australia, whether it is products, services, technology or collaboration partners, we assist you. When it is investments, whether Australian companies would like to set up shop here in India or Indian companies looking at investing in Australia, we come into picture. So that's the broad agenda on Australian Trade Commission. I've already explained to you who we are. In terms of a presence in India, we have the largest presence in India. We are present in 11 cities in India. Of course, the South Asia headquarters is in Delhi. Then we have 2 consulates in Chennai and in Mumbai. And we have other offices in Kochi, Bangalore, Hyderabad, Kolkata, Pune, Ahmedabad, Jaipur and Chandigarh. So that's the spread for you. So if you're talking to me, you're talking to the entire South Asian network. So if you're traveling and you need to meet an Australian trade representative, you can go into any of these offices and then connect with the Australian business community. Next please. As I mentioned, people who have had limited exposure would think about koalas, kangaroos and cricket. People who have had a bit of industry exposure think Australia is only rocks and crops, that is mostly minerals and then probably agricultural commodities. There is much more. Next please. Can we start?